Hello everybody, welcome to the Prime Tech Verse. So in this video we will be learning about CSS. So what is CSS? How to learn CSS? What is the roadmap for CSS? For freshers, for beginners, those who wanted to learn and study about CSS. As we have seen what is the HTML and what path should be followed to learn HTML in the previous video. Along with that, we are now creating a video on CSS roadmap so that your journey to the web development will become more easier. So now here we will see what is CSS. First of all, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. We have seen that HTML has elements like head, body, then some attributes in which elements like a paragraph, heading. So HTML is like a skeleton of the website and CSS is the designing of that skeleton, we can say. So here you can apply the styles for your web contents and then your website will look like something better. It styles HTML elements for better presentation, which controls layout, colors, fonts, spacing, and more. So if you see any website like YouTube, Google, then there is a layout for a particular elements that we see on the front end. Then they are having colors, different colors. Suppose you go on Amazon website, you can see different colors. Then a grid element layout. Suppose in desktop you can see four cards in row, and in mobile you can see one row, one card. So according to that, layout changes according to the desktops or devices, you can say. So basically this is the styling sheets for your HTML. Why learn CSS? So makes website visually appealing and user friendly. So if you don't have a CSS in your website, then you can see here is a one example I have given of the Google website. So if we are not applying the CSS to the HTML page of that Google, then it will look like something this. But if you apply a CSS like colors, fonts, image size, if you see Google over here image, then definitely it has some width and height in the CSS. Then this is a style input, search input, then Gmail images. They are placed along with the CSS, and also font size is changed. Then the button, sign in button, then header and footers, so buttons. So this all will happen with the help of CSS only. Essential for web design and front-end development. Enhances user experience and interactivity. As a user, you can also imagine that uh, you will not be easily using this website. You will find roughly hard to find some elements or whatever interactions you want to do with this website. It will be more difficult to any user. So we have to provide the CSS to our website or web content. How to start learning CSS? So beginning with the basics is the most important part. If you see, we are mentioning here selectors, properties, values. So what is selectors, properties, values? You will be more learning in the upcoming videos. If you want that videos like CSS tutorial, please let us know about it in the comments. Then beginning with the basics like selectors, properties, values. So in previous video, I have said you that HTML has some basic building blocks and main elements. Suppose if your website having some headings, links, images, lists, tables, forms. Suppose we take example like here Google. So here we have an image over here. This is the without CSS, but now you have to increase your image size, width, or it's suppose you have to increase its width and height. Now you have a search input. You also have to style it like box, shadow, border. So whatever, we have to select those elements. Okay, so you have to select image, you have to select title, you have to select button. So there are some selectors in CSS that able that gives us ability to enhance them or to apply style on different elements. So there are some selectors that will be in more depth when we'll start learning CSS. But as of now we will see that what you should learn only. Understand the box model early. So what box model is just like a structure of this or layout of this UI page, that what padding or margin we have to give to our elements. Suppose this is image, but this image and between in this image and the search input, if you want to give some margin padding, suppose here are two buttons, but you have to give some 10 pixel border to it, suppose from all of the sides, then this is included in the box model. Then CSS syntax with some with simple examples. As I've said, with the selectors, you have to use some IDs, some classes, so that the code redundancy will be reduced, and you will excel this with a simple example. So start learning and start creating the projects. So best learning approach is for CSS, the best learning approach is like basics that I have said. Then layouts, also I have mentioned, like Amazon grid layouts or any drawer based examples in the websites. Then flexbox grid, that's also included in that. Animations, and after that you should go to the animations, that how should your website introduce to the, so that it will increase the user experience. Break down concepts into smaller topics. This is the best learning approach for the CSS. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so you have to build some projects, only know it by knowing the concepts, and it will not be a good, or you can have a great experience, then you can show it in your interviews or skill set, or any social media platform like LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub. So you have to build projects, landing pages. So here I have mentioned one picture of shoes, Nike Air Max shoes. So here we have applied CSS. You can apply animations to it. Nice, it looks very nice website. You can add any product if you want, or you have your own business, then create for your business website. I will suggest you that. Cards and buttons, you can create a cards like this, or Amazon products, or Instagram cards like profile cards. Anything you can build, like button, share buttons, or uh, download button, you can have it here. Personal portfolios, this is the important part. I always suggest to any fresher or base beginner level person, that create your own project, own portfolio, that here you should be there, and your details about your education, your internships, whatever you have done in your career so far, you have to add here in your about me section, like services, blog, contact. Just give a brief about you and apply CSS to them. Margin, padding, animations, uh, make use of selectors wisely, so that your code quality will be better, and your interviewer may be impressed by itself. Best resources to learn CSS. So basically, MDN Web Docs is the best tool I always prefer to you. And then W3 Schools also provides a great content and resource over there. It has also has a playgrounds like this. So here are some elements, and to these elements, here are some elements, HTML elements, and here we can see the CSS is applied. Here you can see style tag, and inside the style tag, we have selected particular element div.gallery. So here must be any div which is having a class gallery. Oh yeah, yes, here it is, div class gallery. So to this div dot gallery, we have applied margin, border, float, and width. So particular gallery class has this property, CSS properties. Okay, so that's how we apply CSS. Just learn about it from the W3 Schools, MDN Web Docs, what wherever you want to be. Uh, and in W3 Schools, please log in with your Gmail ID. Then you can record your progress. Then interactive platforms like CodePen, CSS Battle, where you can. I have also suggested for the HTML also. You can use with the CodePen for CSS also. Not any problem. YouTube tutorials, my channel, and blogs for visual learning. Join the community. I will suggest you to join the community where Stack Overflow, Twitter, Reddit, CSS-Tricks. So there are multiple CSS-Tricks that can reduce your code redundancy, so that in less amount of code you can do better things, and code quality will be improved by others peer, by other reviewing your peers code also. So participate in online CSS challenges if there are any available challenges. Connect with other learners and developers to increase your code quality. It's a better option, and try to maximize number of your projects also. So here is the zero to hero CSS roadmap. So first of all, you have always have to learn about basics, selectors, that how to select any element of HTML document, and then you have to apply the uh, CSS property. How to give CSS properties, that will be question in your mind. But whenever you are a developer, Figma designs are provided to you. So by looking at designs, you have to apply the CSS. So all these designs in Figma is a software where if you go into the organization, let me explain you deep that if you are a front-end developer in organization, designing rule is not of your part. Okay, so designer will give you design that in website we want this button, uh, 35 50 pixel of that text, or it should have margin like 50 pixel, 10 pixel. All that will be documented there. You just have to look at it and just apply in your CSS code. That's the matter. Just you have to learn about selectors only. It is the main part. Then see styling will can you can get from the Figma design. Then properties, values, pixel, rem, em, what is the difference between them, you will learn according to it, and ways to apply the CSS. So master the box model. I have said you that content, padding, border, margin. So in between these two boxes, there is some margin, there is some padding between this box and this text. So margin and element sizing. Explore layouts that I have said you, flex box, grid, and position. So if you see example on Amazon, in YouTube, there is a flex box grid concepts that they have used, and positioning for page structure, styling, and effects. So the most important part, but I will suggest you that don't style your website according to you. uh, First of all, go through the Figma designs. There are lots of Figma designs available in the internet, so just search for it, and by looking the website, give colors to the your website. So create a one prototype or example website. Don't create your example or your website first. By looking others website, try to create your website. Build responsive designs, media queries, mobile first approach, flexbox, and grid. So build responsive design. Responsive designs means that your website will be available on the all of the devices, not only on desktop. You have to test on all the devices. In Chrome DevTools, there is option to select multiple devices and check your devices that this box is in between these screens, it's not exceeding the screen, or your element is not going out of the screen. It is the very last points, but you have to go to towards this point to become a hero. Okay, so and after that you can go to the advanced projects, real world projects like e-commerce websites, fintech websites, and portfolios. And also I will suggest you to add JavaScripts, and uh, it will be the most next part, but you should try to do this. So this will be the zero to hero roadmap for CSS. You have to follow this to become a zero to hero in CSS. Okay, so I think I have covered all of the things, but if you want any CSS tutorial, HTML tutorial, or whatever related to the tech or code, please let us know about in the comments. Thank you so much.